Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This will be episode 33 of my Into the Woods by GMT, which is part of the Great Battles of the American Civil War series. And we're in the 8 a.m. turn. I've got Ruggles division of Bragg's Second Corps to go through. Activate. Whatever. Housekeeping, if you could do the like, subscribe, and any comments will be much appreciated. But let's go down to the map and see what's going on. Okay, so this is the draw pool. It is Ruggles. I'm just going to quickly check, see how many chits he's got in there. As a Confederate player, I would know that. He's got 3 activations. So yes, he's got a lot to do in this turn. So let's close that down. So yeah, let's move that out of the way. And here he is in all his glory. So the sequence of play, I'm going to quickly go through that again. Oh, just gone too far. Right, let's bring up the picture. Okay, so we are in the activation segment. The AM pool was the AM draw with Ruggles. Do we want to change any of his divisional orders? Now, we had the chance to do the divisional orders. I don't think there's any need to change any of those. We have Gibson's brigade under attack. You can start crossing over this area. We have Pond's brigade. They do need to get across the actual water there. And I think, do they only have the 2 brigades? Looks like it. Gibson. No. Anderson, who's under advance, and Pond. Yeah, Anderson's got a few regiments sitting there. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're not going to change any of their orders. We're not going to do brigade coordination, which is the second option on there. So we're going to go straight to the activation. I'm going to choose which brigade to do first. And I think we'll start with Gibson and see, what we can do over here. Okay, because this is bleeding awful terrain. Now there is a bridge there, and normally to cross the bridge you've got to change into advance orders, but the main thing is we're not going to be crossing. We want to be doing some shooting. So let's see how that goes about. All right, let's move these so they can move and shoot. Now they're under attack, so on a half movement, moving into here, which is bloody awful. That's a river swamp or marsh stream. It says 4D. Now, does that mean they can't actually do it? That's an F. Check for disorder when leaving marsh. If failing, see rules for marsh stream. Okay, so it costs 4. They've got 3, but I think there's a minimum move rule in effect. Okay, so yeah, it's going to cost it 4, but there is an exception. So it says if a unit does not have enough necessary movement points to enter a hex, for whatever reasons, it may not enter the hex. However, there are always exceptions. I said these rules are exceptions to exceptions. Unit may always move 1 hex, including any and all facing changes, as long as it would have been able to enter that hex using its full good order movement allowance. So its full good order movement allowance is 6. That would mean 4, so it can enter that hex. So it does so. It doesn't say it's restricted on 5, because that's an exception too. A unit under attack orders may always move 1 hex, including all facing changes, into a hex adjacent to an enemy unit. Right, neither shocks nor fires during the activation. We're not entering a hex adjacent to an enemy unit, so it can do its firing there. So the question is, can it see it? Well, there's this roof. We're in the gully here, so this is 1 elevation higher. Let's have a look at it's still in the woods there. And it's a gradual slope, so I'd say yes, it can. I don't see why not. It's going to get a +1 for that. So it fires, and this can reaction fire back. Or because it's under advance order, would it withdraw? No, that's been confusing rule. That's withdrawal before shock. So, okay. He's only got a musket, and with a musket at 2 hex range, that's not a good start. Okay, so let's just zoom in there. See, adjacent, they're at +2. At 2 hex range, they're at -1. So that's a -1. Then we know it's firing into a wood hex. That's another -1, so it's -2. And there's a wood hex in between. That's -3. So, yeah, not a great shot. But it's a shot, so -3. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go, at -3. I'll see that. They roll a 9, so that's a good hit. 9 -3 is 6. So we're on the 6, and there are 6 steps. That's a D +2. Okay, so D +2, the union morale in this case is 7. Remember that there's also another additional +1 because it's a UDD, and it's before 9 a.m. or end of 9 a.m. So yeah, so it's +3. They're on 8. They fail. Right, so that will disorder them. Just flip that. Okay, there will be a shot back, which is done before the actual disorder takes effect. So again, it's a musket, so it's -2. There are, sorry, -1, and the 2 woods hexes in between, or 1 in between and 1 that they're in. So, well, actually, that is got a swamp. So what does a fire defense of a swamp or marsh? There was actually an additional -1 for firing out of a marsh, looks of it. It's got a little, oh, I can't work out the letters. The letters are so small. I've got to change my glasses. That's an A. Okay, there was additional -1. That changed that attack to a 5, which was a D +1, which they still would have failed. So that's fine. Okay, we haven't lost anything there. They still failed that. Rather than D +2. So I mean net +2. Got there in the end. Okay, then firing back. So it's a -1 shooting in, and then you're shooting through the woods. So it's a net -2, net -3. They're not disordered at the moment. So it's net -3. Out of range prepared fire, which is only adjacent. So -3 shot. They roll a 3. That's not so good. That becomes a 0. There are 6 of us. D -2. D -2. He's got a morale of 7, and he ain't green. He's fine. That becomes 0. They shrug it off. So that's him done. Right. This one is going to go there and repeat the shot. Now he can't fire back this time. He only gets 1 shot per activation. So while this brigade is activated, so firing up, streams don't block line of sight. Surely not. There's no note. Possible blocking terrain, marsh. It has got a yes there. So is that the same as I have to read the terrain rules. Oops, they do block line of sight. Okay, so this unit then would have had to have moved there and not there to fire, so that's fine. He's moving to there and can't shoot. So Yeah. Maybe going into attack orders wasn't the right thing to do, considering the terrain. Well, it's done now, isn't it? Okay. Uh, he can't shoot. He can't see him because they block. Okay. And right, so if he moves to there, he's actually higher. This is quite complicated, isn't it? Blimey. So he's higher. All right, so that's the lowest. He's higher than these two. He's on the. Oh, I'll have to remove the counters. That is higher than that. Which is obviously higher than that. So can he shoot there? Let's have a look. He's higher than it's it's shooting over your own troops. And he's 3 hexes away. Let's have a look. Given no blocking terrain, intervening combat units block small arms fire at all ranges, with the exception of the intervening unit's hex has a base elevation lower than of both the firing and target units. Okay, so this unit, so this is the firing unit. This unit's 1 level lower, but so's this. This and this are on the same level. So this could fire at that. So that is, well, what hex are they in? See, that's a wood hex, so they couldn't fire at that. Well, it's out 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, musket's way out of range. So I'd say he can't fire at that. So he could fire because of this is a lower level. Those two are on the same level, and that raises blocks at that level. Okay, this guy can't fire because that is in the way of that, and that is fully blocking terrain. This can't fire because this and this are on the same level. Yeah, maybe going into attack orders wasn't the wisest idea, but hey ho. So he advances into there and can't fire. Gibson moves up, but he doesn't want to be too far away. And now, there, keep his orders under attack. Maybe that will change next time. But at least we've got one effective shot off away. The cavalry. Okay. Now, cavalry, because 9, half, 4.5, so it's 4. So 2, 4. Okay. So that's Gibson's brigade done. Now we'll try whoever this guy is, Anderson. Now they're under advance orders. So we know to move from there to there is 4. And when they leave, they got to do a morale check, a UDD. So we'll start over here. 1.5, 3. Yeah. 1.5, 3. That costs 4. Double check. Nope, marsh by itself is 3. Yes, that was 3. Yes, so 1.5, 3, 6. It's when it's got this stream in between. It's bit more than that. I'll add 4. Right, so 1.5. Well, they're going to be together. 1.5 4.5, and 1.5, 4.5. Blinking awful terrain, isn't it? Blinking awful. And we'll move Anderson up with his brigade. Now, it's artillery. And do we have any yellow artillery? Because that's attached to Anderson's. That's Pond's. So the question is, does Gibson have any artillery sort of floating around at the back here? Don't think it does. I can't see any instantaneously. Okay, so there is a trail along here. Oh, there's the bridge. Are they going to get across that bridge? It all depends on what Sherman does. Or Hildebrand's division. Getting artillery across here is going to be tricky, but I think the best place to bring it is across the bridge. Right, there's a stream and a gully. Can artillery cross that? The gully itself. I wish they put these in full alphabetical order. It would have helped. The stream is +2 for artillery. The gully is another +2. It's got a little G there. Okay. So it ain't going far. It's got 8. And that will literally cost it 6. No, the woods itself is 3. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. So well done. That's as right as you. All right. Move that up. Okay, that's Anderson. And then we have Pond. Now, his artillery is out of command. But it can move in this phase. And it's... Is that a ford? It is. Artillery crossing a ford. Is that a stream ford? It looks like a stream ford. That's +1. But it can follow that farm lane, which is a minimum of 1. Half other terrain in the hex, minimum of 1. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, because it was out of command, I'm going to put an activation on there, show that it is had 1 activation. They can only have a maximum of 2 because Ruggles has got 3 activations. These can only activate in 2 of them. Okay. Crossing this stream. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Right, so this unit here, this is Pond's brigade now, is now going to cross here for 4. But when it does so, it has to take a UDD for crossing that stream. Morale is 6. Oh, come on, now. Oh, there's 0, so that's fine. So that's 6, and then can go there 1.5. No, sorry, moving across is 4. And he's going to go, oh yeah, he's got, right. The stream hex side is, go at the marsh is 3. Yeah, with a little d. And it says you do the d when they leave. So he's paid his 3. He's now leaving there. He's got to do another UDD. Right, hold on. I've got to readjust this thing. It's on a dice tower. And it's slightly interfering on the going down bit. Right. Anyway, they roll 2 zeros. That's good. So they're across in good order. Then this regiment. All right, so that's going to cost 3 plus a 1 for stream 4. Now to go in that slope will actually cost 2. No, 1.5, 2.5. He hasn't got that, so he can move no further. Okay. This unit has the extended line. He's going to absorb his extension for 1. And then go into here. God, they're going to come in piecemeal, aren't they? All right, so he goes in there for 1.5. Yeah, it's 1 elevation. So 1.5, and it's got a slope on it. Yeah, so it's 2.5, and it's the UDD for leaving the mark. 3. Why is this thing not behaving itself? 3. Okay, so he's passed. Yeah, sorry. Let's go through that again. 1.5, 2.5 to there. I don't think we want him to go too far ahead of everybody else. I think we'll move him to there, which is another 2.5. So that's 5. So he's fine there. Okay. This guy goes in here for 3. To use that forward, he's got to go into march order. It is tricky. That's 3. March order 4. Cross the stream in a forward. Stream forward is no additional. I need that extended order marker, which I just deleted. I hope you get one of them. That's 3 to there. Extended order 4. And then moving on that farm line, half other terrain. So it's 1.5 to there. Now, he's on the, I don't think he has to do the disorder check because he's using the farm lane now. So that's fine. So let's go through that. 3 into there. It still says he's got to take it does say he's got to take a disorder check at the end as he leaves the hex. All right, so I'm going to do it. All right. Why can't, right, it's not going far enough. That one I couldn't even reach. Right, so that's 4. So that passes. But now they're on the farm lane. So it's 3 into there. Change formation, effectively getting the column. It's 4. So that's 5.5 to there. So that's him done. Okay. This unit crosses from there to there for a cost of 4 and a disorder check. Okay, he's fine. He can't go into there because it will cost another 3. Lovely terrain if you're a duck, isn't it? I'll keep pond there because he's only got command range. No, I'll have to move him to here. Command range is 3. Yeah, it's not pretty. Ruggles. It's got command range 6. He's going to move up, but everything is getting a little bit sort of, well, it's slow, isn't it? It's really, really slow, which is Sherman's best defense at the present moment. That they're going to come in piecemeal, but I think that's Ruggles done. I'm going to mark him as his first activation. All his brigades have got the same activation. It's just this artillery. That's out of command. We just got to remember that he's going to get 1 less activation. Okay. I hope that was all right. As in the sense I haven't made any mistakes. Any mistakes, if you could put it in the comments. Yeah, let's see who's next. Let's bring that up. Remove all the move markers and lose what I just brought up. Oh, there it is, the Kepi. We got anything else to? Where's the Confederates? No order of battle. There it is. Let's move that out of the way. Ruggles has had his first AM. He has got 3. Okay, next out is another Confederate. There are some Union in here. Honestly, I did place them in. Oh, that's not good. I suppose it is. That's okay. Because I'm thinking that was behind. They're only going to get 2 activations, and they're here. I thought that's going to traffic jam, but it's not. So we might as well move those. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because they're not in march order and they can't be in march order. Just taking advantage of the road, and they'll just follow up. I think that's everything of them, isn't it? They've only got 2 activations. Who else we got there? Next one. So 8 means that they can't be. They've got to have these extended. Have we got anything that's a little bit? Let's stick him there, and let's stick it up. Right, stick him there. Moving along that road. Yes, cloning, clone, and then counterclockwise. So you know, we got full up. Up you trot. The cavalry, and then some guns. Burn A, burn B. Well, these are big batteries. Okay, and I think we'll bring Breckenridge in at that point there. That's all I can get on in that second activation. So the rest are going to be coming on in the next turn because I've only got 2 activations. I mean, I suppose, do they have to come along the road? I suppose not. You can keep those coming in on the road. Yeah, I mean, they come in the order in the book: Trowbridge, Bowden, and yeah, they actually do arrive at the turn. Now, I've been moving them along the road, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to retro do these guys because they could have started here and they're going to be moving along the trail. So they would have gone, that's where they start. So it's 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. That's actually the first activation. I know this is the actual second. Then it's 1.5, 3. So they're going pretty much as fast as the road. 4. 4.5, 5 there. Okay. A little bit of retro doing, sort of tweaking, realizing what they could do. So he started there. He could have started there, and they can have up to 15 stacked in a hex. So 8 plus 6 is well within stacking limits. So let's change the facing. So they started there. So that would be 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. That's their first activation. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 5. Second activation. Now that's that hex and that hex in the start. So then we could have had him and the guns. Yeah, the guns could have been here. 2, 4. That's Hudson's battery. Then you got Watson's battery. They're going to come on the road there. Class A might be. What's it we've got here? Oh, okay. All right, so let's do this properly then. So artillery through the woods is 3 per hex. So that would be let me just check stacking. Okay, so the artillery could have started with the guns. The artillery could have started with the infantry. So those would have started with the infantry. So they would have gone with that first stack. So that's 3, 6. Then the second activation, 3, 6. And the same, they could have started, one battery can start with the infantry. So that would have been 3, 6, 3, 6. I've got 8. It costs 3 for the wood. So, and then this infantry here, starting in that hex with these guns. And we're going to give them a nice little red to show they're assigned to them. Okay, so moving. We've got off now. 3, 6 for the guns, 1.5, 3 for the infantry, 4.5, 6. Let's change some of these facing so it's actually correct. Let's start there with the gun. 3, 6 to there, yes. Facing change, there we go. All right, so that's Bowden's 2 activations. Okay, and dragoons, and let's do. All right, these guys can start actually over here. Let's say they have to do that. I hope I'm not making an absolute farce of this. The activation code specifies the number of activations the units have, and the order of A, B, and C designate order of arrival. A is first, second, and such forth. So Tribune comes on the road, then Bowden's and such forth follow on after. So let's say they can't come. This is the whole entry area. So he could come in there. They could come in there and there. And the battery guns, well, I don't know why that one's shown disordered. Oh, that's the letter D. That's the entry area, which is this whole area. So yeah, why can't they? So that first activation, 3, 6, 9, 12. Sorry, 3. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. There's too many there. Maximum 2. So that's them. They're not much slower than the road. And then the artillery could have started there, which then be 3, 6. At least they're on. That's their first activation, which was, and now this activation, 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. 1.5, 3, 4.5. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. Guns, 3, 6. And Stratton, you're going to sit there. Okay. That completes the reserves. And yeah, if I'd have read that in a little bit more detail. So using the road has moved them up a little bit, but not massively. Now, Breckenridge himself, he could have moved in. Oh, he's a corps commander. So he actually can't enter until the reinforcement phase. So why has it got... Oh, it doesn't have a letter. Yeah, he can't come in until right at the end of the turn. So he's in command of effectively 3. So we want him to be around about here, don't we? Bowden's, he's only got command range of 3. So maybe they shouldn't have gone shooting so far off. So, well, it's done now. Yeah. Okay. So that was the additional one I wasn't planning for, but there we go. That's the reserve. And that's the reserve corps done. They only got 2 activations. So they're off. So what comes up here for the next episode is it's another Confederate. Not good. Clark. Finally, Clark gets moving. Okay, we're going to end it there. So let me bring this back to the top. Yeah, a little bit of backtracking there because I realised that they could have entered in that area. That it's not specifically the road, and yeah, as long as they come in, but they can't be in ahead of the first division that comes in, according to this chart. Travers Brigade, Bowden's Brigade, McClellan's Brigade, and Ruggles. That terrain is absolutely horrendous. But they're getting there. They're getting slowly across. And maybe they get the next activation before Sherman does. That's the beauty of this AM system that I don't know. Obviously, you don't know. And the guys on the field don't know. So they've got to do as best they can. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you could do your maintenance, whatever way you want to call it, do the like, subscribe if you really enjoy what I do, and any comments is much appreciated. And if I made any obviously faux pas, it is tricky. I'm learning this, and that terrain is bloody awful. From a rules perspective, I mean, I didn't realize that that swamps were block line of sight as well. So you've got all this woods, you can see through for 2 hexes, and then you've got the blocks line of sight, as in a traditional wood, even though it's a marsh and not a wood. But you only learn this by playing it. So at least I'm not actually walking it, because I'm knackered within about 4 bloody steps. So, as I said, play games, have fun, buy internet.